Yeah, I don't know where he's at. He might still be recovering from VBS.
True that. Hello, everybody.
Hi, this is the Long Distance Pizza Party podcast, episode 44. I think it's
Somewhere in
44.
there.
I think it's somewhere in there. It's a little mixed up because Crad was at a funeral last week. Strange he's on vacation this week, so he's not here. We don't know where Doc's at. He's supposedly recovering from VBS or whatever's going on. It's
And Silly's
summertime.
somewhere. Silly's putting some groceries away somewhere or grabbing them.
Or
One of
getting
the two.
groceries. He might be at Walmart, Aldi's, Meyer, wherever
We
you do
don't
your
even know at
grocery
this point.
shopping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
wherever
don't
you
even
do
know at
your
this
grocery
point.
shopping. We don't know. We don't know. So just me and Grad for this might be a short episode.
Shorter, at least.
Though I don't think this will be a long topic, only because we're talking about live action remakes. Because studios can't not stop doing these things.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
I don't
Yep.
It's funny. I don't know if you saw that article. I saw an article. Disney was gonna say we're not gonna do any more remakes. Then Lilo and Stitch came out, and they're like, "Well, how Lilo and Stitch did, we're gonna think about doing more live action remakes." And
Hmm.
I'm like, these studios are just like learning the wrong lesson.
At this point, they're just lying to you. Let's just be honest with you.
Yeah, like they're not even live action. It's just live action ish. Like
They'll,
it's
they'll do anything, chase a dollar, basically.
yeah,
What it is.
it's whatever to make more money instead of just making newer products. But then whenever we do new products, they just don't do well. Like I don't know. But then these new products aren't that great.
Weirdly enough, the one I would like to see in a weird way, because I don't think they could ever pull it off. But if they could pull it off, just do with it, because they'd ruin it, but it'd be funny. It's Toy Story.
Oh my goodness. Just make it even creepier. Like unintentionally creepy.
That's what I'm saying. That I don't know if
Like
they could ever pull it off.
they need to
I'm just
get
curious to see what they would do with it.
who's that? Who's the horror director Warner Brothers likes using? James Wan, since he did Annabelle, just had him do it and just oh man,
Because especially
that's
like when all the weird toys from
from
what's his
Sid's
name's
room.
room come Sid's room comes alive,
Yeah.
then they come out looking all like
Oh my
weird
goodness.
in a live action version. That would be very interesting to see. That's just
Well,
me.
did you hear what they're doing for Toy Story 5? Or
You referring to
yeah, it's
go ahead.
5. Yeah, it is. I can't remember if it
Yeah,
was 5 or 6.
it's
5.
five at this point, I believe.
What are they doing? Oh my goodness. It's the worst idea, and it's like, no duh, but it's
Oh, trying to
horrible.
bring in the like the talking pad, iPad or whatever it
Yes.
is.
Yes. I was like, oh, we're just out of ideas. Okay. And there's an Army of Buzzes, which is a repeat of 2. Like,
Basically.
that's, did you have a favorite remake or of these live action for any
Lilo and Stitch
reason?
wasn't bad. Lilo and Stitch wasn't bad. Me and my wife saw that. But Lion I like Lion King okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay.
Yeah, that's the
Um
problem is that all of these they're not bad, they're just okay. Like,
I've not watched Snow White, probably never will because the whole controversy.
what
Well,
controversy was
multiple controversies actually.
Oh, of Snow White. I'm thinking
Yeah,
Cinderella.
Snow
No, oh,
White.
yeah, because
No,
Snow
no,
White.
no. Snow
Yes,
White, yeah.
yeah.
Probably I don't know if I
Uh,
ever watched that one just because of the multiple controversies,
oh my
including, the whole
goodness.
little people dwarf thing, and then
I'm
of course.
surprised that movie even came out with how much was going. Like, I was amazed.
Well, I think they kind of tried to wash their hands of it really quickly because they didn't do as much. I don't think they did as much, PR with it as they probably could have once she started
Yeah.
like spouting what she started saying and stuff. They're like, okay, we need to turn the page quickly on this and just recoup what we can. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, funny enough, I saw someone talking about there's like PR training at Disney. And I'm like, is there? Because like with her whole situation and a couple other people that I hear talk that working at Disney, I was like, I don't think there's a PR team there. I think they're just running movie to movie. Like it's like that meme of SpongeBob where he's just putting all the fires out.
Right?
I feel
Or
like that's
another one
Disney's
breaks out.
PR. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Disney's PR. I don't know. I think I really like the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderlands only because only Tim Burton can make those movies weird. Like if you've read Alice in Wonderland or watched the original movie, it's like there's some weird crap in there, and like making it live action should have worked. I just think one the technology and the scope of what Tim Burton wanted to do and the budget, I think that was like against it. Like they aren't bad. I liked what it did. Though I think on when I watched it, I couldn't tell if it was my TV or the copy I had weird sound mixing, so it was hard to understand.
Yeah. I don't know if I've watched that one yet or not.
There's two of them.
actually.
They made two. They did the
No, of course
original
they
and
did.
they did Looking Glass.
No, I do feel like I may have watched one of them, but I don't remember which one it was.
And then they threw in the
Uh,
Jabberwocky poem because the same guy
right,
wrote
right,
all of them. So why not throw it
right.
all together?
Throw it in there, you know. Can't make a whole movie out of it, so let's throw it in one, right?
Even though you did make a whole movie out of Alice in Wonderland, but whatever. I
Well, fair point, fair point.
but
The other
also with the
one,
Alice, but sorry, with also the Alice in Wonderland, they imply it's a sequel to the original because they mentioned she's been there before, and I don't remember if that was in the original version as well. Like it's a weird cyclical thing.
I'm not sure either, actually.
I don't remember, but
Another one that I didn't mind too bad was Beauty and the Beast.
yeah, did
Uh,
I
uh,
watch that
uh,
one?
Other than there was just supposed controversy on that one too.
Yeah. I
With
feel with all of these, there's some supposed controversy. I don't know
There's
if
going to
it's
be,
again, I don't know
unfortunately.
if it's PR, them trying some drumming it up unintentionally, but like, and I was bringing this up too because not only Disney is doing live action remakes, they just did the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake where they
Hmm.
changed some stuff, and a lot of people's like it's just almost one for one with again certain important lines that made that movie good. They took those out, so it loses part of the story, which is very
Hmm.
unfortunate. I was actually planning to go to watch it, and then I heard all of that, and I was like, I could just put on the original. That's my thing. I don't know why they're so again. They want to make money. They want to sell she's and everything of all this stuff. Why not just re-release original movies, like remaster them,
All right, for new
like with
technology and stuff.
yeah, with the new technology we have, or someone was bringing this up, get some of these movies that maybe are underappreciated or didn't do one of the boxes back then, like in the early 2000s, where it was like that Dark Ages, early 2000s, re-release them as like anniversaries,
Hmm.
and seems like oh, you could watch on Disney Plus, or we'll have this kid feature summer thing where you can go watch these movies. You could do Treasure Planet, you could do Dark Crystal, or not Dark Crystal, Black Cauldron. Do like these Dark Age movies that maybe some people haven't heard of, and do like an event out of it.
I was gonna say a movie like Treasure Planet. I think that was actually underrated, in my
It is a
opinion.
very underrated movie.
I think that is underrated because it was
That and
like
Atlantis.
yeah, I would tend to agree with that too. But definitely Treasure Planet. I don't think it was given enough
No,
recognition.
and
Um,
someone was bringing up you pull out any deleted scenes
yeah,
and you throw them in there. You animate it to match the rest of the movie. If those
right.
actors are still alive, get them doing the
Voiceover.
voice work or
Yeah.
get a sound alike. Because this could be like it's not gonna be like a whole scene. It'd be like 30-second scene. You can get like a voice alike and like make it almost seamless and release
That's
it
right.
that way.
I was gonna say anymore. The way AI is, you can basically take someone's voice like they're doing with James Earl Jones and just
Yeah,
be able to produce if that actor or actress is not available. Technically, I guess their estate would still have to sign off on that for them to
yeah.
be able to do that. But
For
it's still
if
that's a
they're not
possibility.
alive or if they're too old, they're too advanced in age to try having that
Yeah,
correct voice. Well, I don't know if you've. There's always a rumor mill on certain movies where like they're gonna do live action Atlantis. I feel like the
yeah.
last like 5 or 6 years I've heard that, which would be cool. But then I just want to watch the original because there's a certain charm about the original one.
Well, I think long ago, I don't know where it stopped, but in my opinion, it may just because I'm getting older, is I think kind of Disney lost the magic
Hmm.
of some of the original creativity that they used to have. And I don't know if maybe like making some of these live action or maybe some kind of way of trying to pander to some of the older generations, but in a newer shell of
Yeah,
movie. Saying, "Hey, this is really cool animated. Now come look at what we did with the live action. It's going to be so much cooler, or something like that, because we can't figure out how to make a good movie anymore."
yeah.
Uh,
Like and it's unfortunate. Like Pixar made really good movies, and they were never. They I think at one point they said we'll never do sequels. One and done, and then they of course they did Cars 2, and they did Incredibles 2, and they did a couple others. And even then, those sequels aren't horrible.
right.
But like, again, some of that magic's lost. Like, there's still magic in there. Like every once in
Mhm.
a while, there's like a movie that comes out, but I think it gets sandwiched between a live action remake or a not like a different like movie or TV show project. It gets sandwiched like Elio, the new one that just came out from Pixar.
Right.
Apparently have heard people are saying it's really good, but I might just watch when it comes to Disney Plus because of how much like there's been like this stagnant decline,
Right. Right. I'm
like
with you on that. Matter of fact,
which, which is very unfortunate.
I don't know if I even knew that was a Pixar film, which is kind
Yeah,
of sad, honestly.
yeah.
Um, Speaking of remakes, one I would actually like to see, you talking about one Pixar that they never remade. I believe was it Pixar did Bugs Life, I think.
Yes, it was one of the first ones.
I would like to see it in the two to that. I'm kind of disappointed there's not been a two on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one I wouldn't mind seeing a two to.
I think every couple of years they talk about it, but I think that movie doesn't need a sequel because they kind of like,
Well,
what
it
real story would
doesn't.
you tell?
Yeah, it doesn't, but it's just, it'd be kind of cool just to be able to check in on, the ants
Yeah,
and see what
yeah,
they're up
all
to
that.
and
Yeah,
how
or at
she's
least do
doing
a
as
short.
queen and all that stuff. Which I think they maybe did a short. I feel
Did
like I
they?
could be wrong on
Maybe
that.
they did.
I could be wrong on that. It's possible. It's very, very possible I'm wrong on that, but it feels like maybe there was some type of short. Matter of fact, I'm going to check
Maybe.
it now because it's going to annoy me if I don't check it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so stuff like that I could see that would be cool.
Yeah, like if remakes are fine. Because of course there's many movies that get remade. There's movies from like the 60s that got remade in the 80s and that got remade in the 2000s. Like remakes aren't a new thing. It's just the amount Disney's put them out, and these new companies are now it was like, oh, we can make again, like you were saying, lack of creativity. We need to fill in the gap with these remakes of older projects for nostalgia bait, essentially.
Right.
I, I'm like, part of me is concerned. Like, it's just gonna keep happening. Like, someone's gonna go, hey, let's do an Alien remake, or hey, let's do blah 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 remake, or Marvel keeps talking about rebooting, so it has me concerned they're gonna do like, let's do Iron Man again, but it's gonna be the same story
Right.
to a degree. Um, like what you were saying earlier, is there a movie that you would like to see remade for X amount of reason, either just because you'd like to see it in newer technology or done differently with how our technology is?
Well, like I said, Bug's Life would be one for me.
Oh yeah,
Um, that's a hard one actually. I don't. I kind of would like to see just like a shout out to my very much younger years. But you remember like the Five Goes West,
yes,
like
and
Five
the
and Five Goes
American
West.
Tail, yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool because that
You
was
could you
good.
wouldn't really have to remake it. You could just do a sequel,
Right.
but it's kind of like the first one. Like you kind of it's like older Fievel, maybe it's like Papa's age.
Yeah. Now he's like has a kid of his own or
Yeah,
something.
and you kind of do like a coming of age story, but it's like let's see, what did American Tail take place? Like immigration, so it's like what 19
Well, it depends on which one you're talking about. If you're talking about the original
like
one, that's
not like
probably
the year it came, not the year it came out, but like that time setting was
no, no.
like
I know
what?
what you're
Like
saying. That's like the main immigration push they had back in the day in New
yeah,
York and stuff.
yeah,
I don't. I would say probably 1800s, maybe late
yeah. If
late
you do,
1800s.
you could do if it's like his grandson or great grandson set in like the 1900s, at like the 1920s,
Yeah.
and you could tell like a similar story.
Hmm.
Or even do like an anthology series, because that's what people like doing. It's anthology series, and it's like in that universe, and you could mention Five. Well, maybe he's older, maybe he's like the narrator or
Yeah.
something. Like that'd be kind of
Or
fun.
or like almost like maybe like the grandson finds his hat
Yeah,
or something, or he gives him his hat for an adventure he's going to go on, or something like that to kind of nod back to the originals
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something like
Like
that.
that'd be like 'cause that's one of those movies where you could do multiple ones, and it's unfortunate they only did two.
And two good ones, in my opinion. I
I
particularly,
didn't watch Five Goes West, but I've heard good things. I've heard good and bad things about it.
yeah, I liked it quite a
Um,
bit myself.
yeah,
That's just me. I actually think I watched more of two than one.
really.
Yeah, which is the Five Ways West Market one. I think that's the one I was more familiar with. But
Yeah, I'm
that's
trying to
just
think.
that's just my opinion.
I would love just the technology and because this movie is groundbreaking, but it, like 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Hmm.
like just that technology. But then we tried doing the two like what it did, but if you said it now, but I feel like it would just get compared to every other sci-fi schlock movie, unless you did something else with it, like
Yeah.
set it somewhere in there, like it's you said like it's 3000 Space Odyssey, but you'd have to do, but it's still like that spiritual successor, which there are movies that do that, which is like let's copy the movie and then tweak the ending, which is very
Hmm.
unfortunate. I'm talking about the recent Independent Day, last one they did, which was just that, and then like let's crap on the last film and take any character out of it for whatever reason. Like it
Right.
was, I felt like they just remade a movie just with better technology. You know, I don't want to say I hate these live action remakes. Like they are making money. They make money because some
Of
kid's
course.
gonna go watch it. Because some again, nostalgia
Or
bait. The
or
parents,
some dad or some mom's going to drag him and say, "Hey, I
yeah,
watched this," and yeah, whatever, yeah. Or they raised him up in the original. That's possible. But
yeah, yeah. Well, like if you're my generation, where you kind of that tail end of the VHS going into like that sequel period that they did, we remember that stuff. They all the anniversary ones they did,
yeah.
and like did that. And be like, hey, I remember that. Let's go see how it does look now. And I can't crap on Disney for doing that for nostalgia, but it's just how many they've done.
Yeah,
Like in
they've done a lot short term. It feels like.
Yeah, like when did they start these? Like the mid 2000s?
That's a good question.
It was
I
like
don't remember.
2015, 2013. It was
They did Little Mermaid. They've done
they did Cinderella, which I think
Cinderella.
was one
They've
of the
done
first
Beauty and
ones.
the
Alice in
Beast.
Wonderland.
Basically all the classic ones.
Lady and Tramp.
Yeah, for the most part.
They
I forgot
did
about Lady and Tramp.
yeah, they didn't do Tarzan, which is
Not yet.
but I think that's because Tarzan's one of those things where it's in like on like the domain because there was a Tarzan movie, but it
Mhm.
wasn't the Disney Tarzan.
Hmm.
Like it's under that anyone could make it, so it's probably why they haven't done it. At least
Well,
their version, but
they
which is
might would
weird.
have considered George of the Jungle a little bit Tarzanish too.
There's that too, which is theirs, and it's one
And they've done.
I like.
I think they did two of those, right? I think.
Yes, and TV show,
Yeah. So
but also
they might have
Tarzan
said
had a TV show.
they might have said they'd done enough of that for now, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
But
saturate the
also
market. Oh, they did Jungle Book too. I forgot about live
they did
action.
Jungle Book, but also
Yeah.
maybe they wanted to someone because that other Tarzan like, oh, let's wait because we don't someone get confused for that other one that had one of the
That's true.
Skarsgårds.
Oh
Had
yeah,
one of
yeah,
them.
yeah. That's right. There was another one too in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hopefully Disney. I don't think Disney learned the lesson, like I said earlier, because I saw a news article saying we're thinking about doing more, which is so frustrating. Like, unless they look at it in the quality control and be like, hey, why are we remaking it? Instead of just like, can we remake it?
Hmm.
Like, if they go with that mentality of like, what can we do here? Besides, like with Lilo and Stitch, all the stuff I heard about, they cut certain characters out, which people really love about the movie, and changed some of the messaging. Which again, not having seen Lilo and Stitch, I can't judge the messaging in it of what they tweaked or changed, if any, because I haven't seen it. And again, heck, I don't remember Lilo and Stitch. It's been so while since I watched it, which I don't know. It's even with like the How to Train Your Dragon, they brought the original guy back and he tweaked things. It's his. That was something he created, so he had more creative control with it, so he was able to tweak stuff for whatever reason. Apparently they're making a second one and a third one apparently now for How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you were talking about Lilo and Stitch. I've heard rumors of a second Lilo and Stitch too.
What are they just gonna do Gontu in that one? Is that what they're gonna wait for? They're just gonna do him, or are they just gonna copy the second
who knows?
movie? It'd be hilarious with Lilo and Stitch, because since there's electric one, they could just do Spider-Man 2, but with Lilo
Right.
and Stitch with electric. I'd kind of laugh at that if that was the case.
All right.
Only because I kind of love to watch that second Amazing Spider-Man, because it's not great. My brother and sister-in-law love that. Well, they don't love it. They like the Spider-Man stuff. They don't like anything else in it. I'm like, why are you watching it? And it's like, whatever. I'm not going to judge you that harshly. I still
That
love you
harshly.
guys.
Like, I'm not going to judge you that harshly.
That harshly.
We'll judge you a little bit, but not too harshly.
Yeah, that's next week. We'll judge you next week when we talk about weddings.
There you go.
I should invite Ben to come on, but I don't think he would if I know we're gonna talk about wedding stories. But I think he's busy. Trying to think, is there besides Disney with remakes and maybe what's another movie that could get remade from these other studios? I know Disney's like the main perpetrator of it.
Tell my animated or just in general? Well,
In
it has to be
general.
animated if it's live action.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're gonna do live action into animated and just flip the script.
There you go. Yeah, that'd be funny. The Notebook animated. No, that's
More tears.
first thing. That's the first thing popped. I don't know why that's the first thing popped in my head, but it was. Didn't they do Aladdin live action too? Think about
Yep,
it.
with Will Smith.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought. Sorry, that was like
How
just
can you forget?
it popped in my head. I'm like, because here's the genie.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. But anyway, I don't know, man. That's a hard one. I mean, they kind of did. I would say they did that with Starship Troopers. They took a cartoon and made it into a live action.
Did they? Is that where Star? I thought it was a book. Maybe it was a book and then a cartoon.
Well, it may have been a
then.
book, but they also had a series. Like I used to watch it. It's called Razor's Roughnecks or whatever, and it was like an anime type. It wasn't anime, but it was animated. And then of course they did the
Interesting.
movies, which is where I picked up really liking it was the animated series. But that's another sidebar.
Nice.
But so they've already done that. Like they did though. They've done multiple Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
Oh my gosh, these are so many. Yeah, I'd love to see an animated version of the fourth movie that didn't get made. Because that's the only way you could do with what they wanted to do. Because they wanted to do like, what if they mutated further? And because those movies, you've watched those three live action movies, the budget got less and less and less every movie. One, because Jim Henson died after the first one, so and there was a different creature shop. And then by the third one, they were just using, I don't know what puppets they were using. So by the fourth one, it would just been string holding them together. I'd love to see that animated. You could get most original cast back. I think they're all still alive. Well, except for no, they're all still alive. Maybe the voice was Shredder because it wasn't the guy in the suit, but there was a guy that did a voice. I think he's passed away, unfortunately. But everyone else in that movie is Elias Codier. Who's the guy from Lost Boys? He was Donatello. Corey Feldman. He's still alive.
Oh, okay.
That's April O'Neil. She's still alive. Because they've been doing I don't know if you see them. They've been hosting live streams of watching the movie and doing cast interviews for charity.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all still together. So you could get them all in a booth and be like, hey, we're gonna do this animated version of the script or something, or revisit that universe. That'd be fun to see. I had one, I couldn't think of it. I'd love to see. Of course, there's Billy Zane's The Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see a more recent version, and you could just make it a natural successor of it because there are multiple Phantoms. You could have Billy Zane die at the beginning, or pass away or give up, and so it goes to a different one. It'd be very tropey, but it fits in that realm of those stories.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it animated, you can make it live action, or whatever. I like these in the domain early 30s characters, or do Defenders of the Earth s thing. So you can bring in Buck Rogers. Of course, they're doing a Flash Gordon movie. They're doing a new one. Apparently, the guy that did the last two Thor movies is doing it, which I have high hopes for that. Thanks, Taika.
While we're at it, we'll just do live action Looney Tunes.
Oh my goodness!
And do Marvin the Martian tries to take over the real Earth, and the Looney Tunes has to stop him.
Warner Brothers is scared of Looney Tunes. Seeing how they canned the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, and then I saw nothing about that last Looney Tunes movie.
Mm-hmm.
The day Earth blew up or whatever, and there's aliens or bubblegum or something like that. Whatever the heck that movie's about. I don't know. I think they're scared, but I think you could make a really fun movie. You could even make digs at making live action remakes with the Looney Tunes.
With a live action remake?
You could make it a live action remake, but dig at it, make fun of it, but with Looney Tunes, because they kind of make fun of it in the last Space Jam.
Yeah, that's true.
Where they were they made them, they were 2D and they went 3D and they kind of made fun of it.
Right. I think there's one more I was thinking
only
of.
Joke about it.
What was it? Live. Hang on, it's right there. I had it right there and it just went. It went away. Oh gosh, what was it? Live action. Dang it, I lost it. That sucks. It was going to be a funny suggestion too. So I was talking about Looney Tunes. Oh, dang it. Yep, it's gone.
Dang it.
We can do Animaniacs. That could be fun.
They got the Hulu series that did well. Sure. I don't know if it did well. I don't think it got another season, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, there it is. Came back. Live action VeggieTales.
Apparently, they're making a Larry Boy movie. So, really? But I don't think it's live action.
Another one?
Yeah,
they already had one. Technically,
I think it comes out. I thought it was this year, or next year. Maybe it got pushed back. Which I just want it to be. It's just Ben Affleck Batman, but Larry Boy. That'd be horrible.
I am that Batman.
Why did you say that name? That's no. I
have no arms. No.
Yeah, that's I get why they would make a Larry Boy movie.
That'd be so funny. The thought just crossed my head, but he just pops into Gotham, and all of a sudden you see his light up in the sky. He's got plungers on the side of his head.
Oh, that's funny. That's the ad that you just make a riff of the Keaton movie, which they did a lot of. They did Keaton mostly. Yeah,
that would be funny.
Or make a whole riff on the 66 Batman movie.
I can just see it now, the asparagus is the Joker, and just all kinds of random stuff.
Yeah.
Bob the tomato is the butler.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I'm just riffing in my mind, and the little broccoli dude is Robin, the little one.
Yeah,
What I can't remember his name is.
Junior,
Top of
which
my
is
head.
very unfortunate. I don't think any of the original
I
voice
just
actors are
yeah.
in it, though. Unfortunately,
Oh, that's sad.
I think like there's some weird thing like they own it, but they don't. Like it, I don't know. But they're working on some squirrel show called Dead Sea Squirrels, which is the
Oh yeah,
worst
yeah, I saw that. I saw
name
that.
I
Yeah,
have ever heard. I was like,
I
you
saw
that
that.
has to be a joke. There's no way that's an
No, it's
actual.
real. Yeah, I saw the ad for that. I showed my wife that. It's kind of funny. The Dead Sea Squirrel.
That's a
That's
bad
going to
like
be
SNL
nuts. And
joke.
there you go. There's your tagline. It's going
There
to
we
be
go.
nuts.
That's like a
Dead Sea
bad
Squirrel.
SNL. That's like a bad SNL skit
All right. From
or
the
something.
creators of VeggieTales come the Dead Sea Squirrels. Now more nutty instead of vegetably. Now,
Yeah, we went from vegetables to penguins, back to vegetables, now to squirrels.
yeah.
Just
We were tired of vegetables. We wanted to deal with nuts. The Dead Sea Squirrel. No.
we
Sorry.
got tired of not animating limbs, so we're gonna animate
It's
limbs.
like we tried arms for a while. They can walk better than penguins. That's all we can tell you. No.
Yep, yep. Again, we're not trying to crap on these live action remakes, but Hollywood as a whole, I think, is running out of ideas. They just need younger create like they need other creators. The unfortunate
Mhm.
problem is they're holding on to all these older creators. It's kind of sad to watch. Like there is still creativity in these people. But I think they get stuck doing the same thing and they're not allowed to
Mhm.
express because Disney is kind of like a machine. Like they're just like, hey, let's make product. Unfortunately, not just
Right.
Disney. A lot of these other studios are doing as well, but Disney's like the main one that everyone thinks of. I just hope that they utilize. I think with how stuff's today, there are these younger creators working more in indie, which is great. But I wish some of them would get into like main studios to make some change.
Right.
Um, which is very unfortunate. But I'm excited to see if these live action remakes get better. Like every time I see them, I was like, oh, I'll watch on Disney Plus or Hulu or wherever you're watching it now, wherever it's gonna go.
Mhm.
They feel like it's all we get is remakes. Like there's making another. They're doing a Naked Gun remake. Which I hate that poster. It makes me uncomfortable looking at that poster for Naked Gun. I don't know if you saw it.
Mhm.
It's he.
I
I can't remember
don't
the I
think
can't
so.
remember the tagline, but it's Liam Neeson, and of course it's like a James Bond poster. So he's like, there's a woman hanging on him, but there's like a bunch of extra hands, but there's no other bodies attached to the hands, and it just makes me uncomfortable.
That's kind of
And
weird.
I think it's like, oh, he has his hands on justice or something like that. And
Hmm.
like he kind of just looks like I don't know if you know what this is, but from My Hero Academia, he looks like Shigaraki because there's a character in it. He just has like a bunch of hands on his body, like part of his costume.
Wow.
Weirdest looking thing. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. That's what it reminded me of. Um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I got a Discord notification. I don't know who that's from. I don't think it's from anyone in ours. I just heard it through my headphones. I don't even have Discord open. Odd. Yeah, this is gonna be a shorter episode because I can't think of
Yep.
anything else.
That's fine with me, man.
Because Doc's lost a VBS somewhere still. He didn't get
Lost
picked
in
up from He didn't get picked up from
VBS land.
VBS. He didn't get picked up. He's
That
still
went to
there
many juice boxes.
or something. He's probably gonna hop on. He's like, "What did I miss?
He'll come like last second. Hey guys, click, we're done.
Oh no!" And Strange is on vacation still. Silly's still grocery shopping
Apparently.
apparently. Though it is crazy grocery shopping this late at night. I understand it. All their socials are down below, as are
Mhm.
me and Crad's. Crad, where can I find
Yeah.
you?
They can find me on TikTok. I wish I had my CW Man at
Yeah,
CW Man.
which CW show you reviewing this week?
I was watching CW shows and rating them, and it's awesome. And I don't have any TikToks like that. I just do it in private life. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
And of course, I'm on here. So,
Yeah. You could find me at FT_Fazkudos, wherever. I took a look at Insomnia Cookies Megan cookies they made for that new Megan movie, or Mithrigan, or Mithrigan
Mhm.
2.0,
mhm.
or whatever, because I don't care about movies like that. I could care less. That's out. What else? Is there any other big ones that got coming out? Yeah, that's about it. And of course, follow our socials at Pizza Pride Pod on most platforms. I just got done editing the last batch from last week because this last week was weird for me. I had a weird work schedule, so me trying to sit down to like edit stuff was funky. I only had time to do my own editing, It was very unfortunate, and it's going to be like that this next week because I'll be at kids camp in like 2 weeks.
Have fun with that.
Well, we'll see. I've heard.
I'm sure they're great stories though for the podcast.
Oh my gosh! Apparently, I've thankfully, it's the same place we're going last year. Unfortunate problem. I've already heard a couple things. Well, thankfully, we're doing baptisms this year, which is always great. Trying to have kids sit still near a large body of water, so that'll be fun. So if you guys enjoy this episode, it's a very short episode, only because there's only me and Crad, and he's reviewing hotels down south. That's the other thing he's doing on his.
Yeah. We're going to a professional hotel stayer on the weekends.
There you go. Hope you correct up all the points.
Yeah, we'll have to. Right?
You have to. So hope you guys enjoy this episode. See you guys next time.
Welcome to the party.